Yo, what's up guys? It's Dynasty and I got for y'all some more updates in regards to the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Most of you are aware a couple of days ago we finally got to see the on-screen move list in action. I think it looks pretty awesome. Today, got some follow-up questions to not only the on-screen move list, but questions being answered about one-button fatalities, rumble vibration, developer menu stuff, MK2 glitches finally being fixed, a kind of small bit of everything, but just keep in mind there's not going to be some giant big reveal here. A lot of this stuff is just intricate details that only the diehards would really care about, so just keep that in mind. I'm not going to sit here and reveal Mortal Kombat Gold confirmed, so that is on the agenda for today. If you guys are excited for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection dropping at the end of the month, woo! Can't believe it. Drop a like on the video because without you, these MK videos do not happen. Hit the hype button. Does help me out a ton as well. Late last night, we posted a video discussing the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Ed Boon saying that the intro made him cry every single time he watched it. If you want to see more about that, again, card on the screen right now. But with that said, let me give you guys the rundown on all the new information about the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection that got revealed over the last day and a half or so. First things first, this was in a response to Stephen Frost giving more details about the on-screen move list that again just got revealed a few days ago. Alex says, is there going to be infinite fatality time for Mortal Kombat Trilogy? Stephen coming back by saying, of course, it's a selectable option. So not only have we had confirmation that when you have the on-screen move list on your screen, it's going to transform to the fatalities when the fatality timer kicks off, but yes, you guys can even set an infinite allotted time for how long you have to perform the fatality input. So again, they already have confirmed and showcased with us, we have a fatality trainer mode, but even in game, while you're going through, like, I assume the basic ladder or your basic versus mode, intricate details, infinite timer on the fatality option. This is good for like your kids, your grandparents, your parents, your spouse, you name it, your friends who never got a chance to play the classic games, and for some reason it's too hard. If one button fatality isn't your thing or it's not an option for that selected game, at least, again, fatality trainer, infinite time for trilogy. I think stuff like this, the quality of life changes, are a nice addition that I'm glad to see Digital Eclipse made sure to add into the Legacy Collection. Now, next up right here, Danny Boy says, instead of having the special moves on screen, can we put fatality inputs there instead? And again, just to kind of 110% confirm and put this to rest, Steven says, when it's time to do a fatality, the moves list automatically switches to show the fatalities for that particular character. So from the horse's mouth, there you go. I'm not lying. I'm not making this stuff up. It's confirmed. Move list in the middle of battle. Fatality inputs when fatality time kicks off. So there you go. And speaking of, obviously, fatalities, you guys know we've been talking about the one-button fatality. You can see here, Kevin says, what about one-button fatality on all the games? It would be a great feature. Steven says, it wasn't possible for all the games, but we have added support for that as much as possible in the collection. So again, keep it in mind. We don't have a actual number of how many games are going to have this newly revealed, pieced together one button. I guess we can call it easy fatality option. The modern games, it's easy fatality tokens you either pay for or unlock, dating back to like MKX. This is essentially like another iteration of that, but again, it's not featured in every single game. But thankfully, like I mentioned to kick off the video, to remind you all, we have a fatality trainer, so even if the game you're playing on struggling to pull off those finisher moves, animalities, babalities, friendship, you name it, we have legit an individual trainer mode to make sure you can practice those until your heart desires. So don't worry, they're doing the most they physically can to make sure all the bells and whistles can get done with ease. Now, I believe this is also worth pointing out. George Batista says, I hope in pause menu you can view special moves and combos too. And again, to kind of put this at bay forever, yes, you can bring up the pause menu and see a quick view of character moves, mainly if you don't have the on-screen move list enabled, or you can go deeper and see the full moves list for each character in a sub-menu. So again, not only do you have the on-screen move list, but you have an individual move list with more depth you can pull up seemingly at any given time. Telling you guys, the quality of life stuff, they're doing a lot of it, and it's definitely welcomed. Now, this is about controller, rumble, and vibration, because honestly, I don't think we've actually heard anything about that over the last couple months since this game got announced. Really good question from Millie here saying, will the collection offer optional rumble vibration during gameplay? It was pretty satisfying in the Cowabunga collection and was a feature I was surprised to see there. If not, any possibility of it via an update in the future? And Steven says, we didn't want to go crazy with it, but yes, there will be an optional rumble/vibration setting supported by certain games. The uppercuts feel even better now. So this is pretty exciting. I want to say in terms of like history, the first time some of these classic games ever had like rumble vibration was, I want to say, dare I say, don't quote me on this, but I think like the DualShock controllers in a lot of ways were the first time we actually had vibration for some of these ported classics. I could be wrong. Maybe the N64 had that, but it's a really valid question. And yes, apparently we have the option to turn on or turn off the vibration. Steven saying the uppercuts feel even better now has me super exciting. Again, things that a lot of people kind of overlook but are really essential. I think this is something that once we actually get our hands on the Legacy Collection, we'll be glad is part of the game. Now, next up here, James was asking, will Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection have virtual moveless bezels similar to these? Steven says, no, we wanted our on-screen move list to be dynamic and to be able to auto-change as needed for character transformations and switching sides, etc. Honestly, that would have been a really cool border to have on the side of the gameplay, other than just the actual overlay over the border. Both would have been nice, but I can definitely understand where at least the on-screen overlay is dynamic enough to the point where, like, if you change directions, it changes directions. If you're Shang Tsung morphing into another character, it'll just change with these. You don't have to just look for a certain spot on your screen to all of a sudden look at the move list. So I wish we could have had both, but honestly, the on-screen move list is going to do more than anything I think all of us would desire and need in the Legacy Collection. Now, next up right here is in regards to Mortal Kombat 2. Jeremy saying, did Shang Tsung's pit fatality get fixed in Mortal Kombat 2? It never worked in the Combat Tomb, only the pit 2. Steven saying, yes, we fixed that. So again, it's not just quality of life adjustments and changes, but actual bugs, glitches that have never been patched forever, finally being fixed. So you Shangy Wangy Shang Tsung mains, yeah, guess what? Pit Fatality's back, baby. And to kind of just round this all out right here, thought this was also worth pointing out in regards to the developer menu options. Eldon asking, I mentioned this a few times in a forum for Steam, as I am sure they are there, but please, can you tell me the Ed, J, Boon menus are included? Steven saying you can access the EJB menus by the option available in the pause menu of the relevant games. So yes, you just pause the game, and that's how you access some of these developer menus, depending on what game you're playing, and obviously if it has a developer menu. So as easy as pausing the game to pull up a developer menu to change all the intricacy details. Pretty insane! Pretty awesome. But guys, that is all I got for y'all today. I told you I was not going to confirm Mortal Kombat Gold. A lot of this stuff is just intricate details that most people would completely overlook and not really care too much about. But I know a lot of you guys want every detail you can get about the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I'm hoping this video gave you something. If it did, takes you a second, please drop a like on it. Again, subscribe for more MK content like this on the channel. What do you think about all of this? Are you glad to see we're getting changes, confirmation that the developer menus can be accessed through the pause button? Are you content with the actual on-screen move list option? Are you going to be using the infinite fatality time in Trilogy? Are you going to be looking forward to using the one button input fatality option on the games you can do that on? Let me know. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. 87
on the crack, but I'm not superstitious. Count all these racks,